My parents were in education, and so there were no. I was the first lawyer in the McCormick family.
And probably why you were in between education and law, right?
Absolutely. And I still think education is such a great career. I mean, I had such a wonderful childhood, in large part because, my parents were on the same schedule as we were. My brother and I have a brother who's 7 years younger than me. He's actually an attorney. He and his wife were both attorneys. But they'd be home from work at the same time as we were. And, my dad was an English teacher and then went into guidance counseling and ended up retiring as the head of guidance for a local high school. My mom started out in public nursing and then ultimately spent most of her career as a school nurse, although she later got a degree in counseling and did some hospice work later on. But growing up, she was a school nurse. My dad was a teacher and then a guidance counselor. And so, weekends off, afternoon, early dinners, summers off, it was really a great way to have a childhood and to grow up. And so I think you're absolutely right. I really struggled with whether or not I wanted to be a teacher or whether or not I wanted to go to law school. And so I did not have a teaching certificate. And at that time, I think they still have it. They had a program called the alternate route, and you had to take a test. So I took the test for the alternate route.
Do you know I did that too, Meg?
Did you really?
I did. I'm going to let you talk about your alternate route experience, and I'll share a little bit about mine afterwards. But I did do the same thing after, I did it after law school.
Every time we speak, there's some little tidbit that we never knew that's a similarity, which I just think is really neat and interesting.
Yes.
But so I took the test for the alternate route. I also at the same time took the LSATs, which is the test you have to take before you go to law school. And I'm really not a very good test taker. I'd taken a course, like a night course or whatever. I really didn't do that great on the LSATs. And it was almost like a flip of the coin. I couldn't decide, and I thought, you know what, I will always regret it if I don't go to law school. So, and at that time, we're talking like the early 90s, like 1990, 1991. At that point in time, it was difficult to get a job as a teacher. And I was a little bit discouraged to go into education for that reason. Of course, not like now where teachers are in such great need.
Correct.
But in any event, I ended up just making the decision to apply to law school.